moment mean to you?
It's the moment of my life, a blessing in my life. And I couldn't be more thrilled to work for the greatest president out there, Donald J. Trump. He brought him home.
He did it. Blessed are the peacemakers. Our president, President Trump, has just made history today. If you are watching this in the year of our Lord 2025, October 13th, you are witnessing nothing short of the biggest peace deal, historic agreement that the Middle East has seen in maybe over 100 years. This is unbelievable. I'm going to share with you reactions from all over the world, but first, check out this amazing signing in Gaza, sealing the deal, bringing all of the remaining 20 hostages back from Israel, as well as the ones who are not alive anymore. Show a special clip of a convoy of the deceased in coffins arriving back in Israel, and a whole lot more, so come on back.
Okay. This took 3,000 years to get to this point. Can you believe it? And it's going to hold up, too. It's going to hold up. Okay, thank you.
You know, I just wonder, what are all these jobless, homeless Palestinian protesters screaming "Free Palestine," wreaking havoc, chaos all across the campuses of our great nation and more cities, etc., causing riots, bedlam? What are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? And do you think they're going to thank President Trump for freeing the Palestinians, for freeing Gaza, ending the conflict, ending the war? No. But you know who does thank President Trump? Check this out.
Well, I think President Trump needs to know that we really thank him. And it was hard for us to say it in advance because we couldn't really believe that was true. 20 hostages are actually coming. All of them are alive. All of them look good. And the fact that he made it, he promised and he kept his word, and hostages are here, is just amazing. And we want to thank him for that.
Look at how amazing that is. You can see a huge thank you. Welcome home. A kind of silhouette of President Trump right there on the beach of Tel Aviv. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump is not only not Hitler, he's the exact opposite of Hitler. But you think Ghetto Crockett, you think Hakeem Nobody's Dreams Jeffrey, or Pocahontas, or all the rest of the ridiculous swallows, well, Hippocrats are going to say that? Of course not.
This is not only the end of a war. This is the end of an age of terror and death, and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God. It's the start of a grand concord and lasting harmony for Israel and all the nations of what will soon be a truly magnificent region. I believe that so strongly. This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
I even said that very precisely during my communication with Your Excellency, that you are the only one who is able to bring about peace and to achieve peace in this part. I thank you for recognizing me.
The war in Gaza is over. Humanitarian aid is now pouring in, including hundreds of truckloads of food, medical equipment, and other supplies, much of it paid for by people in this room. Civilians are returning to their homes. The hostages are reuniting. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm just watching it backstage. The level of love and sorrow, I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing when you see they haven't seen their mother, their father. They haven't seen them in such a long time, and they lived in a tunnel, a very little tunnel, very deep. And the level of love is just incredible. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's, in one sense, it's so horrible that it could have taken place, but in another sense, it's so beautiful to see a new and beautiful day is rising, and now the rebuilding begins. The rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part, because the rest comes together. We all know how to rebuild, and we know how to build better than anybody in the world.
I'm going to share some pretty interesting reactions to this historic peace deal, and I guarantee you some of these are going to really come as a huge shock, while others are not going to be surprising at all. But first, I want to play this quick clip from a former hostage who revealed that Hamas was scared of Trump and wanted Kamala to be elected. Check this out.
It's him. He got me out. He got the hostages out. Before, we felt like nothing is happening, you know? And I remember for me, ever since he came into the role, they were very scared of him. Yeah, they wanted...
Who?
The terrorists.
We're afraid of Trump.
Yeah, they wanted Kamala to be chosen, to be elected.
You talked politics with them?
Yeah. They wanted Kamala to be elected. But as soon as Donald Trump was elected, they understood that he wants to bring the hostages back home. Yeah. So immediately the way they treated me changed. So if it's the amount of food, I could say this, that when Trump became president, yeah, the way they treated us changed. For me personally, this is what I
think
felt.
because they anticipated that a deal would come soon.
Yeah.
And that's when they started giving you more food.
Exactly. More food, treated me better, you know, stopped cursing me, stopped spitting on me.
They wanted Kamala to win, huh? Maybe Hamas has a pretty good eye for weakness and strength as well. Or maybe, just maybe, there was something going on backdoor. Maybe they had some sort of a deal with Kamala, given the fact that she did lay the red carpet out. She didn't visit the border once. She allowed everybody free access. Not once did she go to the border. This was confirmed by the Border Patrol Union and the CBD, as well as the fact that she was hailed and anointed the border czar and didn't do a damn thing. We had the worst border crisis in the history of our country. This one's really interesting right here. This is a New York Democrat who called into C-SPAN and was moved to tears over Trump's peacemaking between Israel and Hamas. This caller gets really, really choked up, but I think it's important to play this. Check this out.
Good morning. What'd you think of the speech?
Yes, hi. That was I'm going to get choked up. A momentous speech. And I'm a conservative Democrat living here in New York, where this example of bringing peace to everyone should be thought of in New York City, where out of ignorance, the people are about to elect a guy who's pro-terrorist, pro-Hamas, who's friends with his people in Uganda, a country that lawfully executes people for being gay. And this should be a wake-up call to everyone, that people can live together. I go back, I worked as a young man for Humphrey and for McGovern, and became more conservative as I've gotten older. But this was like the best. You know, he does it in his own style. We actually live pretty close to where he grew up. And, you know, New Yorkers like Bernie Sanders are sort of different. They're funny, they're abrasive sometimes, but there should be a lesson to all of us that we can all live together. I think the future, if the Gazans really accept the goodness and the money that's going to come from the Arab community and from the world community, it can be a different world. And I'm sorry for being so emotional, but it's a great moment in history for everyone. And we have to reject hate. We have to reject Antifa. We have to reject Mandami. And we have to come together as human beings. I'm an old guy. Life is short.
That's a conservative Democrat. Sounds a lot like a Democrat from the 90s, a little more moderate, a little more sensible, a little more practical, not so far radical left. Sounds like somebody who would be crucified by the Crockett's and the AOCs of this radical loony bin, as Senator John Kennedy calls them, faction today. I've got one more quick clip of a California Democrat saying, I've been very critical of Trump, but check this out.
Bob's a Democrat in Alpine, California. Bob?
Yeah, I've been very critical of Donald Trump over both of his presidencies in terms of his policies here domestically. But I have to give him credit for this incredible operation because you can imagine how difficult it is to get all of these countries on the same page.
You can say that again, Bob. That's for damn sure, but it takes a real leader. Can you imagine if Kamala was president right now? Could you imagine? Well, we know now that Hamas would be celebrating. They wanted Kamala, but my God, the diminished credibility ethos of our beautiful country, the decay that would have ensued. Holy mackerel. I don't even want to think about it. Before I get to the Clintons' statement, I want to share this from Obama CIA Director Leon Panetta, who actually goes on CNN and actually gives Trump credit. Watch this.
This achievement, and it is a significant achievement, would not have happened without United States leadership. President Trump deserves a lot of credit for bringing the parties together.
At least these are some of the old school Democrats. These were like the Democrats that my parents, once were back in the 90s, conservative. Now they're considered basically MAGA, because of how radical the whole entire party's become. As I promised, I'm going to share with you a quick clip of the convoy of the deceased hostages being sent back to Israel. Check this out.
Here, a somber welcome home. You're watching live the convoy of the 4 coffins of deceased hostages that have crossed into Israel. The IDF and the ISA have released a joint statement saying the 4 coffins of the deceased hostages are being escorted by IDF and ISA forces. They crossed over the border into the state of Israel a short time ago and are on their way to the National Institute for Forensic Medicine, of which we also have a live shot right now outside of the National Institute of Forensic Medicine.
God bless all of those families. At least there's some sense of closure. Obviously, that's not the result that they wanted, but God bless all those families who've suffered this great ordeal. Here's a statement from President Clinton, who I'm just going to read the middle part where he actually says, "I'm grateful." And President Trump and his administration deserve great credit for keeping everyone engaged. This is a lot more than what Obama said. You know who didn't say anything? Take a look at this. The Warrens, the Spambergers, the Schiffs, the Coons, the Blumenthal, the Hochul, the Swallowswell, pretty much every single ridiculous Democrat around today did not mention President Trump once, but they gave their obligatory, this is a grand day. This is why they have the lowest approval rating in the history of U.S. politics. They can't even bring themselves to say, thank you, President Trump, for this amazing feat. All automatons, zero backbone, zero independence. They just take orders from above, probably from Obama and Soros, all their donors and all their sponsors, as well as the Holly weirdo cabal that Obama and Clooney are really pretty much preside over. Not one mention. So here's what President Trump did in the past 24 hours. He flew to Israel, spoke to the press, met with Israeli leaders, spoke to the press, met with families of the hostages, delivered an hour-long speech to the Knesset, did an interview, flew to Egypt, met with the Egyptian president, spoke to the press, took photos, and chatted individually with dozens of world leaders, signed the historic Gaza peace deal, delivered another speech, met privately with world leaders, flew back to the U.S., and brokered the greatest peace agreement of our lifetimes. J.D. Vance commenting, saying, today marks a truly historic achievement in President Trump's mission for peace. It was incredible to see those hostages return safely after 2 long years of unspeakable horrors. May God continue to guide our president, and may this finally be a lasting peace in the region. And what did greasy Gavin Newsom, who's trying to gerrymander California and who has been an abysmal failure his whole life, what did he have to say about today? Oh, just his usual ridiculous donkey trolling attempts The only thing Donald Trump can keep open these days is an umbrella. That's all greasy Gavin Newsom had to say today. Let's go to Hakeem Nobody's Dream Jeffries. Check this out. Katie Tour interviewed Hakeem Jeffries for 15 straight minutes. I'm not going to put you through the torture of that. And did not bring up the Middle East peace deal one single time. Not one word about the hostages or any of it. But they did discuss Epstein, though, for a while. Not one mention. So I don't understand, Democrats. Why is it that Leon Panetta, former CEI director, why is it that actual voters, actual human beings, actual American citizens can get choked up and actually have the, integrity, the backbone to say, you know what, I've been critical of this guy, but this is amazing. Even Bill Maher said, I got to give credit where credit's due. Michael Rappaport, a notorious Trump hater, saying this is absolutely revolutionary. It's one of the greatest days of his life. I mean, he's Israeli as well, so he's got some personal connection to that as well, but it doesn't matter. Why is it that President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Panetta, voters, Israeli hostages, even CNN, even other networks are saying this is an amazing, momentous occasion? Why is it everybody can praise Trump for doing this while you guys, not only can you not say thank you, but you've been propagating this fear for God knows how long? Watch this quick clip.
Well, we're on the brink of World War III because Donald Trump.
To me, it belies a lack of moral priorities that people have right now, especially the Republican Party.
Tree breathes, oxygen is released. When a Democrat breathes, nothing but raw sewage pollutes the atmosphere. What a long way we've come, America. God bless you, Mr. President. Ending 9/10 conflicts. You are the peacemaker. You deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. I can't wait to get your thoughts in the comments down below. Please tap that thumbs up. Make sure you check out these videos coming across the screen right here. In case you missed them, tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.